Welcome back to Frank.
Frank! Frank!
Hello, it's me.
Frank! I gotta get you to say it in the first few seconds so Stephanie can put your funny little face on screen.
So tell us why you hate Sonic 3, Frank.
Yeah, Frank.
Honestly, the thing that bugged me more about the whole dance scene in 3, they're like, oh, the suits can't be penetrated by the laser beams, and then while they're dancing, the lasers keep splashing on their heads.
Yeah, I think about that all the time. But you know what it is? Actually, I think about the dance scene and all the films, my opinion on them. The reason it doesn't bother me that much is because I go into all three of these films expecting that kind of shit. You know, it doesn't come as
definitely.
It doesn't come as a surprise.
The scene in general, I loved it because I'm just like, yes. It's Jim Carrey having fun and doing a fun thing.
Yeah, I mean, like at that point, I think like Jim Carrey is basically controlling all of the scenes. He probably, I don't know if it's confirmed, but like I think he requested that scene because he just wanted to do it and it was fun. But like I expect this shit, you know, from these films. I expect there to be stupid, dumb scenes that don't mean anything. I feel the exact same way about it as I do the dance scene in Sonic 2. I'm like, this is happening for no fucking reason. I would actually, you know, I would argue that they both have no reason to be there. I actually feel that the one in Sonic 2 it honestly feels more forced. All this stupid pop music and them dancing around. And like, guys, you're in a life or death situation here. Like, what are we doing? And it's like they're not in sync at all. And then suddenly they take a look at each other and like, oh, now they're the best dancers in the world. It's just like I just let it wash over me. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. You know, they say turn your brain off films, you know, don't exist, but they kind of are for me because, like, this is how I enjoy them, right? If I looked at them and I'm like, that doesn't make sense, this doesn't work, this is shit, I would hate them all, and I do. But because I'm just like, look the blue rat, he's running fast, can you believe it? I'm having a blast, you know? This is what I mean, I have two minds about, like, all films, where it's like, depending on how I look at it.
Oh, definitely.
If I look at them objectively, I genuinely think, like, Sonic 2 is, like, garbage. I think it's awful. Awful. Sonic 1 is just kind of boring. And Sonic 3, it's okay at best. I think Sonic 3 is the best, personally, because it has the stronger... It actually has a story and, like, plot and things, like, happen in an order. And it's crazy because they didn't do that in Sonic 2. And it's like, wow, they can write a story. Who would have thought it? Is it a great story? Not really, but it's got like, scenes and, like, arcs and events that happen. It's crazy. Who would have thought? Also, I just got swiped by a Boyd.
Yeah, we fought Ganon.
Yeah, I beat the game. See, look, he's about to be disintegrated by a dragoon. See, watch. Ganondorf's about to be charred to a crisp. Bye-bye. So long, gay Ganon.
I can't believe the game's already over. That's crazy. I think I do agree, like, with you, like, thinking about it objectively. I think the first one is just, like, solid. Like, in general, when you look at the scope of, like, video game adaptation movies, I thought that it was actually pretty nice, like, seeing the development between... You know, Sonic and the Donut Man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, this is fine.
Well,
you know, this is better than the
like,
Mario movie. Like, this is just solid. I like the actors, all the...
The thing about the first
performances
film
were good.
Is it was very much designed to be a pump and dump kind of just like, we're just going to make this just to kind of have... Just to throw it out there to try and... like, because Sonic was not in a good spot at that point. Like, I'll just throw a film out there. That's why the original design was so awful, because they genuinely didn't think anyone was giving a fuck. But then when they did, and like, oh, okay, fine, we'll change it. And then the film actually did well. They were like, holy shit, like, this is actually something. So that's why the first film, like, the plot is really, really, like, kind of simple. That, like, tale of oldest time.
Yeah, it's like, it's like simple, and it's like a pretty, like, normal story. Yeah. And then you get into 2... and it just feels so fragmented.
Yes, 2 is just a series of events happening one after the other with very loose ideas tying them together.
Yeah.
I genuinely just think that it's not good in that way. It's fun to see the funny man, red man punch the guy. Don't get me wrong. Like I
think objectively the only like real like favorite parts of it is seeing the moments where Knuckles kind of like double takes at what Eggman says sometimes when Eggman starts going like, oh, friends are dog shit. Yeah. You don't need friends. And the Knuckles like, wait a minute, I thought we were friends. What the fuck are you talking about? Mm-hmm. Like those kind of like second looks that are like obviously leading up to the point where he's going to betray Knuckles because that's just how it works. Yeah. You know?
You're gonna use the stairs, you ding dong? By the way, there's Tetris, by the way. She's just hanging out now. Oh. She's become my partner for the rest of the game.
You gotta tell her to go into a dumpster to hide so she doesn't get kidnapped.
Frank, unironically, do you know what's about to happen or not?
No.
Okay, because you got it right without realizing. You just accidentally completely predicted the plot.
I was just making a Resident Evil 4 joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dude, you know, that should be the next Frank series. Resident Evil 4. That reminds me, I started playing Resident Evil 8 and then I stopped, but I was having a lot of fun with it. It's the one Resident Evil game I've ever played.
That's pretty fair.
I like that game a lot. You want to know why? It's not because of the big woman. It's because there's something.
I think it's because
there's
of the
something
big
about that game, about exploring that little funny titular village and like looking at the map and making those red rooms turn blue. It's something that really ticks off a little, that scratches an itch well within my cerebral cortex. By the way, spoiler alert: this is the King of Red Lions. In
Yeah.
form.
I'm reading that. I'm like, what?
Yeah, you should stop reading the plot. You'll get too distracted. We're talking about Sonic 3. We're talking important political matters here.
I kind of hated like the entire infiltration to free Sonic scene in 2, where like you have these CIA government agents and they're watching out, but then
after the weddings crash and they just walk in. Yeah, that scene is just, it feels like out of a low budget Disney movie. That whole sequence, it's so bizarre.
Gun sucks in the movies.
Oh yeah, the like head guy is like a comic relief character. It's
At
like,
least,
what the fuck?
at least, in the games, Gun is like a serious organization.
Yeah.
It's just they get beaten.
They get
by
goofed.
these
Or they get goofed.
massive-
They're not goofy. They get goofed on. Also, by the way, Tetris is Zelda. I don't know.
I knew that bit.
Oh, okay, well,
Yeah.
then fucking not spoiler alert. Then.
But it's okay. Gun is led by Joe Biden, so it's okay.
I was just like, wait, the boat's a man?
It does kind of look like him. Yeah, the boat is a man, and the Tetris is a Zelda. Who'd have thunk it?
She's like, fuck, you put me in a dress again?
She lost all her personality. She's suddenly become a non-character since she realized she's Zelda. You know, the same shit happens in...
Wait, she didn't know she was Zelda?
No.
Oh. He was keeping it a secret.
Well, it's because like Hyrule doesn't really exist in this world, and so it doesn't really matter until now, because now Ganon is looking for her because she's got the tree force.
But he doesn't know that Simba has the tree force as well?
I think you call it Linkle.
Yeah.
I don't have the Triforce.
You don't?
No, I'm a dweeb.
Oh.
I'm a nerd. I literally am the nerd emoji.
Just a boy and a boat.
Stephanie, put the nerd emoji on the screen over his face.
Yeah.
See, look, like you were right, Frank. I literally did just leave her in there and seal her inside for later. See you later. It's to keep Ashley safe. Leon!
Yep, gotta keep Ashley safe.
Leon!
Oh my god.
Does that give you PTSD, Frank? Leon! Help me, Leon!
It's pretty bad. Circling back around, one of my favorite things of 2 is how it circles into 3 on, like, why Eggman's having his depression phase. Because, like, if you become a being of unlimited potential and power and you still get your ass kicked, I would fucking become depressed. I'd be like, what's the fucking point in trying anymore, man? And I'm like, wow, he's learning. He has character growth.
Yeah.
And realizing
That's the biggest thing that I look for.
maybe it's not worth it.
In the 3 movies is some sort of character arc.
And Eggman goes for a big one in the 3rd one. He saves the world in the end. Spoiler alert.
It's a life or death situation. Do you live or do you die?
Well, it was either the
Wait, he
world be
sacrificed
destroyed
himself,
or... Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I didn't really see a lot of character arcs for Sonic. It's just kind of like... He kind of ends up the same every time.
His arc... Well, I mean, he is a cartoon character.
In the first one, you kind of get it. You know, he's just sort of... He doesn't really have anything going for him. And then he gets something. He gets a family. And then nothing really happens. He's just kind of defending his family.
The third film is about revenge, right? And it's about how you handle revenge and getting revenge on people, because his whole thing, Sonic's thing, and don't get me wrong, I don't think it was handled perfectly. The focus was, there's just too many characters to focus on him properly. But the idea is like, fucking Donut Lord gets hurt. And he gets really, really pissed off about it, and he's like, he's gonna go kill Shadow. And the idea is like, Shadow is his foil, right? Where Shadow is like, the whole point about Shadow in this film, and also Sonic in general, is supposed to show Sonic what he could become if he allows the hate and anger to consume him, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's the point, is like, where he's at the end, he's like super mad and he's beating the fuck out of Shadow, but he learns in the end, like, no, killing you won't do anything. It would have been far more potent if like Donut Lord actually like died instead of just having his arm broken. I think that they pretend he's dead for a while, but
I didn't think he was anyways.
who would, honestly?
Has anyone died in the Sonic series?
Actually, I think the gun leader died.
Joe Biden.
Yeah, he did.
Joe
I
Biden
kept
did.
expecting him to pop up at the end, and he just didn't. I was like, oh, okay.
I want a main character to die.
I mean, you see the shit that all the other
It's
like human
much less
characters
likely to
live
happen
through,
in
and then
kids' films.
the gun leader guy has like a building like figure statue in the establishment fall on him and he's dead.
I thought he died in the Chow building.
He did.
But did something fall on him?
Yeah, he died in the Chow building.
Yeah,
there was a lot of rubble
falls
around,
on him,
there's
and then
a
he's
lot of
like, Sonic, you gotta take.
I mean, like
this
there's a
card."
theme of the whole film, which again, like Sonic 2 really didn't have at all. It's like that of like not making the same mistakes people did before, right?
Yeah.
So the point, like with Eggman, it's like not becoming Gerald and being like so bent on revenge that he wants to destroy the whole world.
Yeah.
With Sonic, it's not becoming Shadow and not, you know, killing someone. You know, it's that's the point of the film, and which again is a lot more than like what Sonic 2 had.
Tails sucks in the movies.
Yes. He does nothing.
They just don't do anything
He's
with him.
literally just there.
He is just there. And Knuckles is a bit like that as well.
It's Whimdy. Stephanie put the Whimdy picture on.
I don't know. I think I really liked like most of the Knuckles scenes.
I mean, listen. So this is
Knuckles is like comic relief,
Like-
really.
So this is the thing, right? This is what I mean by like I enjoy watching the characters. I agree that Tails doesn't really do anything, but like I like watching Sonic. I like watching Knuckles. I think they're all cast really well. I think they've got fun lines and stuff like that. They're not always that useful to the plot, but I enjoy watching them. And a lot of people will say that like Jim Carrey is like the reason that they watch these films, which is why they give him scenes like that dance sequence. Because a lot of people find him to be super fun to enjoy.
I think I want to see a Sonic movie that isn't goofs, and also actually the biggest issue that I have
You
with
want
the
a
Sonic
super
movies
serious Sonic
is
movie?
an inconsistency with how fucking fast Sonic is.
That's what bothers you the most?
Sometimes in a split second he's gone from one side of the country to the other, and then he's in a race with everybody else, and he narrowly wins. And I'm like, how can you go from one side of the country to the other in a split second, but it takes you 10 seconds to run down the bottom of a building?
Well, first of all, can I ask, where does he narrowly win in a race?
When it's gravity. So
Gravity?
Yeah. Sonic 3, he races the guys.
Yeah, but it turns out they were holograms.
Yeah.
So they weren't even
and he's
racing
also
at all.
faster than them the whole time anyway.
Yeah.
Eggman's as fast as him as well, but I think Eggman's using the power
He's
of...
using the power of him.
Yeah.
Canonical, by the way.
Yeah, Eggman's super fast in the games.
I think it was like a death battle where they actually mapped out in one of the Sonic games where he goes from a standing position to running into his mech on how fast he runs to his mech is like
Yeah.
absurd.
See, this is the
speeds.
thing that I always find funny about the way Mabini looks at media, is he really, those kind of small inconsistencies really bother him a lot.
Yeah.
I've always found that funny about you.
I just want to see some
You have
strong
very,
logic.
you have a very strong, you like strong logic and strong suspension of disbelief, which I think is going to make a lot of things unenjoyable for you to watch, which probably
Yeah.
does. You know, that might be one of the biggest reasons that Wicked bothered you can say.
That's why I don't believe in magic.
And there you go, folks. That's the end of the episode. Don't believe in magic.
Yeah.